I believe that through this graduation testing pilot, we found communities that were completely outside of the social protection network, so to speak. In the victims unit pilot, the families already have the funds, and the funds came through the compensation they received as victims of the internal conflict. But what the government is trying to do is to make some kind of transformation program via the compensation money. And families can choose. There are 4 different paths. It's some productive project, education, renewing the house in the countryside. We're working with the families that have chosen the productive project path. So that's what the Fundación Capital and the Victims Unit are working. So it's very interesting, but because it's not only getting the compensation, which is a victim's right, but it's also transforming those funds into something sustainable for those families. I think generating value chains in terms of connecting this first step to the next steps for me is vital. There are many differences, from one country to the other, but I think it's very important in order to scale up the programs to think about generating value chains with other institutional or non-institutional offer. I think there's a great challenge, mostly in terms of bringing the state back in, bringing the institutions back into the countryside, which has been devastated mostly over the last 30 or 25 years. I think the internal conflict has impoverished even more some areas that were already very poor. And it was mainly because of processes of disaccumulation of assets, mainly land from forcibly displaced people. In Colombia, we have almost, I think, 5 million internally displaced people. And also because of the increasing illegalization of the rural economy via the coca crops and also illegal mining. So, I mean, there's a great deal of effort to rehabilitate the countryside and then generating reconciliation processes. And I think productive projects are very important for that, to make victims and victimaries to meet again on the ground after the conflict. And I think the Central American experiences have been very, very interesting in that regard. El Salvador, Guatemala. So I think the graduation process can be a very strong seed for kind of recovering the countryside in the post-conflict scenario.